What's up, guys? It's the Warrior COTP here. Um, Today I will be doing the 13th part of my DVD collection. So these movies will just be scattered like the last couple videos I did. Be all sorts of different genres, bought from all sorts of different places. Goodwill, Habitat Restore, Second Avenue, even some from eBay or Dollar Tree. So for the first movie, this is American Flyers with Kevin Costner. It's a 10-speed movie. But I actually bought this for a Victory. That has, I think it's a soccer movie with Sylvester Stallone and Michael Caine, or Khan, however you want to say his name. I bought this specifically for that movie because I'm trying to chip away, get every Sylvester Stallone movie. And this was the cheapest copy I found, and it was a double feature, so why not? And here is this movie. I actually saw the trailer for that movie too. It looks pretty good. Next. And that movie, like I think I said, I got off eBay. This next movie is Waiting. I had Still Waiting for a long time before I got Waiting. And I found this not too long ago at Goodwill. Within the last year. Pretty funny movie. This movie teaches you a lot. Don't mess with the hands that make your food. Life lesson watching this movie. Like, if I'm in a drive-thru and somebody's being ignorant, yeah, you can skip getting me something from the drive-thru. Just like at a, people that act rude and want to sit there and yell at waitresses or waiters. They're almost like cops to me. Even though as much at times as you want to get smart back or get angry, they're making your food. They can do stuff to your food. So you just watch your P's and Q's. All right. Next, we got AVP, Alien vs. Predator. This is the Requiem one. I think I showed you guys the original Alien vs. Predator already. So I started chipping away at the Alien and Predator movies, and this is one of them. This was a Goodwill one. Next, got a double feature. Jackie Chan, First Strike, and Mr. Nice Guy. This also I got at the Goodwill, and this is unopened. And I've said in other videos too, if I'm not going to just open my movies if I don't need to, because one day, depending on how much DVDs get to be, one day I might sell them, and you can up the price a little bit more having a unopened movie. Really, on eBay, you can set the price however you want, but I know if I was buying, I'd feel more secure, even if the disc never been touched, buying a unopened, brand new copy. So next, we got The Facts of Life. This is the first and second season together. Always like it when TV shows do this. They did a spin-off. I think this was a spin-off of Different Strokes. She was the nanny, and she ended up leaving to do this. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. So next, we got Surviving Christmas. Now, I was told about this movie from a friend at work, and he was like, "Oh, you never seen this? Oh, that's a classic Christmas movie." And he went on and on about it, so I was like, all right, I'm going to check this out. Nobody's going to rant and rave like that without something being, genuinely really good. So me and my wife watched it, and I love this movie. I literally bought it, found it for $5 on eBay, and bought it right afterwards. And then I think a couple months later, I came across it at Goodwill for $1.29, which I already had it, but yeah, I didn't remember ever seeing this. I probably did come across it in the past and just never, I never heard of it, so I never gave it no thought, never looked at it. But really good, funny movie. Really funny movie. That is also Ben Affleck and Christina Applegate. They're in it. And if you don't know who Christina Applegate is, she played Married with Children, Kelly Bundy. Next, we got the full set of Mr. Bean. The whole bean contains all 14 scummy episodes in one handy tin. And it's on 3 different discs. Yeah, back in the 90s, when I first saw Mr. Bean, a friend showed me him. I really liked it. And that was back in VHS days. They did have DVDs, but most people were still doing the VHS thing. Next, I got Charles Dickens Collection 2. Somebody watching football in the other room, guys, so if you hear some screaming, that's what's going on. So, got Charles Dickens Collection 2. And the movies that are on this, I got this off eBay, by the way, just like the Mr. Bean collection. You got the Pickwick Papers. You got Dombey and Son, David Copperfield. You got Old Curiosity Shop and Barnaby Rudge on these. So these movies, Charles Dickens actually made or wrote books, a lot of them, off of his life, what he saw. He had a pretty tough life growing up. I think he was basically worked in a sweatshop when he was a young kid, because he needed to go out to work for his family. And his dad wanted him to go to school, and his mom was like, "Nah, we need money." She was more worried about a comfortable life than his education. Next, we got Crime School with the Dead End Kids, also known as the East Side Kids, with Humphrey Bogart. I'm pretty sure this is one of Humphrey Bogart's first movies. He plays the warden, or becomes a new warden at this school, I guess, juvenile delinquent school. It's basically a prison for kids. Very good movie. If you've never seen it, I got this off eBay. Next, I got Jet Li and Hero. Now, I'm pretty sure I got this from the Dollar Tree. Yeah, sorry about the stickers. One day I'll end up taking them all off. Next, I got Ernest Saves Christmas. And this we got off of, me and my wife, we got off of eBay. We watched it one Christmas on TV, and we were like, oh, we need to get this. We got a good amount of Ernest movies. We don't have them all, though. Next, we got Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon. One of our favorite Christmas movies. Now, this movie, I'm guessing we got at 2nd Avenue. Next, Got a 100 movie action pack. And this is the one with Kirk Douglas on the front. But you can see it has Steve McQueen, Robert De Niro, Charles Bronson, and many more people in it. But there's all the movies that are in it. It's a lot of movies. I'll get a little bit closer so you guys can look at all these. Now, I guess I'll open them up for you guys so you guys can see. So this case opens up like that. It's got Velcro. And I've bought these before back in the day. My brother had a lot. So these are all nothing but little like cardboard sleeves with all the movies in them. So you got like disc 1 all the way up to probably disc 50 or what however many. But yeah. There you go. Next, we got Harold and Kumar White Castle. Got this from Goodwill. And if you've never seen this movie, it's pretty funny. It's basically their journey to try to get to White Castle Burgers. I feel like that's many people's journey, so it's kind of realistic. All right. Next, we got The Crew with Burt Reynolds, Richard Dreyfuss, and you can see what other people's names is. I don't know how to say their names, so I'm not going to try. I usually only say names that I know. And I've never seen that movie. I do like Burt Reynolds and Richard Dreyfuss. Next, we got The Rainmaker. Never seen this movie, but I like Danny DeVito. And I'm pretty sure that's, I forgot his name, Good Will Hunting dude, Matt Damon. But they are usually in good movies, so I bought that. One day I'll watch it. And that was a Goodwill buy. Next, we got Parent Trap, Walt Disney, and The Parent Trap 2. I got this off of eBay, pretty sure. And The Parent Trap 2, from my understanding, was made in the 80s. And then in the 90s, they made The Parent Trap with that one Disney girl. I forgot her name. Next, we got, so we got one stack down. Next, we got the Joe Louis story and the Lou Gehrig story. Now, I bought this for the Lou Gehrig story because I was buying baseball movies, but it had the Joe Louis story, so that was a plus. I was happy about this, and it's a double feature. It's a thin, it's taped up, but it's a thin disc. So I try to avoid these, but if I can only get a movie and the thin disc is what it is. Next, we got Action Jackson. Now, see, those thin disc movies aren't going to be worth as much either, my opinion, down the road. But if you want supply and demand, if you want something bad enough, you'll settle for that, just like me. Even though I probably spent, you know, $3 to $5 on it, so no big deal. Just like I'm sure, you know, somebody would spend maybe $10 on it if they want it bad enough. Next, we got Action Jackson with Carl Weathers. Now, I waited to find this movie for a long time. Not that it's like the greatest movie in the world, but it's that one movie, which he was in a couple movies where he was the lead actor, but it was that one movie that I remember when I was younger, where Carl Weathers was the lead actor in an action movie. So it's kind of nostalgic to me. And this is a snap case. And I was happy to finally get this. And I got this off eBay because I waited a long time to to come across this. And I still haven't seen it at Goodwill. I'm sure every time it goes on the shelf, somebody snatches it up that day. Just haven't been lucky enough to go in there at the right time. Next, yesterday, my brother-in-law was talking about this movie, Behind Enemy Lines, and he was telling me I gotta watch it, how good it was. So I'm gonna give this a watch soon enough. Owen Wilson and Gene Hackman. So this is supposedly a pretty good movie, and I found this at the Goodwill for $1.29. Basically, from what I understand, his jet ends up getting knocked down, and he ends up being in another country, and he has to get out alive. Next, got Roy Rogers collection. I bought this off eBay. So it's a bunch of Roy Rogers episodes. $20 of them. Now, I talked about this movie before. So this is called Desperate Men, aka also known as Running Scared. And this has Judd Reinhold from Beverly Hills Cop. And I think this was made in the late 70s to early 80s. I don't know the exact year. But I wanted this movie, and I used to have this on VHS. So I got the one copy that I could get for cheap, and it was this one. And this looks like a mass-produced copy or something. Maybe it's an old copy of it on DVD. I'm not sure. But yeah, it also has the guy that plays Chaz in Suburbia with Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers, which they were really young back then. Matter of fact, I think that was before Red Hot Chili Peppers even got big, when they did Suburbia. So next we got Vision Quest with Matthew Modine. I first saw this on Tubi, and I liked it a lot. So I found it for cheap eventually. I actually went back on eBay a few times to find a cheap copy of it. So I've never seen a wrestling movie, actual like high school wrestling movie. This is an 80s movie. It was a pretty cool movie. So if you've never seen it, I would definitely suggest watching it if you're into 80s movies. Very cool movie. Next, I got this from the Dollar Tree. Actually, no, I did not. I got this off eBay. I remember because they sent me the wrong thing, and I was kind of ticked off. They were advertising something on somebody's eBay page and sent me the wrong thing. But I didn't want to go through the process of sending it back and all that stuff. So I just settled for what I got. Now, it has all the Sartana movies, which I've never seen. They're spaghetti westerns. So it had some of the movies that I wanted. It just wasn't the right copy that they were advertising on the eBay page that they were selling. Next, we got Clifford. I waited a long time to come across this movie, and I never came across it. And I actually watched Larger Than Life a little bit before I got this movie on Tubi, and I love that movie with Bill Murray. I can't believe I've never heard of it or seen it. Basically, he's traveling across America with an elephant that he was, I think his uncle left it to him or something. So that's a comedy, and Clifford was one of my favorite comedies when I was a kid, with Martin Short, and also has Ben Savage from Boy Meets World in it, and Fred Savage's brother from Wonder Years. So I found this on eBay. and it was the cheapest copy of Clifford, and it was a double feature, and you can't go wrong with that, you know. I'm sure a single feature might cost more down the road, but in my eyes, this being a double movie, getting 2 movies is worth more. Just in my eyes, you know. Probably the single feature is worth more if there was a Beckett or something like that for DVDs or movies. So this is Classic Mystery Collection. I got this off eBay. I was pretty much buying up all the cheap movie collections I could find on eBay that were like super cheap, that said very good. If it doesn't say very good, I don't buy it. But this has all these movies on it, and it's a 2-disc set. So you can see some Dick Tracy movies. So I'm into mystery movies like Clue and stuff, so you know, you can't go wrong. Next, I got Eddie and the Cruisers. I bought this off eBay. Found it for decently cheap. I still need Eddie and the Cruisers Part 2. Hopefully I come across that sometime or another. If I don't, I'll probably look for it on eBay and see if I get it for cheap. But if you've never seen Eddie and the Cruiser, it's a pretty, I don't know, it's a cool movie, but it's kind of strange. It's kind of like a ghostly movie, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah, you can read the back. There's trailers for it. But I used to have that on VHS, and I like that movie a lot. And the soundtrack's pretty cool. All right, next we got Easy Rider. I'm not sure where I found this. I might have got it off eBay for cheap, but yeah, I wouldn't have spent good money on this. You know, I like it, but I don't like it that much where I would spend that much money. Now, this is Peter Fonda, Dennis Hopper, Jack Nicholson. I think this was made like early 70s. It's a biker movie. As you can see, it's unopened. But yeah, if you've never seen this, classic movie. And it only put those guys higher up on the acting scale, making that movie. It was a big hit. Next, we got Splendor in the Grass. Warren Beatty, old film with Natalie Wood. Those are both 2 good actors. I've never seen this movie. This is also a Snapcase. Now, I got this from 2nd Avenue. And the movies at 2nd Avenue, I think they were like anywhere from $1.50, $1.69, somewhere in that range. Let me look on the back. It might tell me. $1.50, $1.49. So they're a little bit more than a Goodwill I usually go to. Next, got The Hunchback of Notre Dame with Anthony Hopkins. Now this I got also from 2nd Avenue. If you've never seen this movie, really good movie. Next, you got Van Damme, Lionheart. Now, I like a lot of different Van Dammes. I do like this movie. It's not my favorite Van Damme movie, but I do like it. It's a good movie. Has the little girl from Grace Under Fire in it. And I got that off of, I'm pretty sure, eBay for pretty cheap. Next, you got Exodus with Paul Newman. Never seen this movie, but if I see a Paul Newman movie and I ain't got it, I'm buying it. Every movie I've ever watched with Paul Newman's been pretty good. just one of those actors. Next, and I probably got this from, yeah, I got this from Second Avenue. So it seems like a lot of these movies in this area are Second Avenue. Next, we got Death Warrant with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Now, this is one of my favorite Van Damme movies. This movie is awesome. And I got this movie from eBay. Which, that's the thing that sucks about DVD cases. They break. It'd be nice to have some where I can replace some of these. Which you can buy lots off of, I think, Temu, of DVD cases for pretty cheap. Next, we got Australia with Hugh Jackman and Nicole Kidman. And supposedly, there was also a remake just made of this. If anybody has any information on it, you can put it out there in a comment. Next, we got Sister Act 2. Now, it goes back to actors and people not liking actors because of their politics. I used to love Whoopi Goldberg. All the movies she made, I loved. Sister Act 1, Sister Act 2, and a couple other movies that she played in. I forgot which one, but one made with Ted Danson. She had a bunch of good movies, and she was funny. Then she started opening her mouth. And I don't know. I just not a big fan of her as a person. But her movies I do like, and I'm still going to watch them, just like Robert De Niro and a few others. It's like I'm not a big fan of Meryl Streep, but she's a good actress. Next, got Pearl Harbor. Now, that last one I got from Goodwill for $1.29. This one's from the Goodwill for $1.29. This is a very nice copy. And that Sister Act 2 was brand new. Now, this case is pretty cool. You got this one, this 2 case. Pretty sure this is some kind of special edition of Pearl Harbor. Next, we got Giant. And this was with Elizabeth Taylor and Rock Hudson and James Dean. Like I said, James Dean, I think I made like 3 or 4 movies. So this was one of them. Before he died in a car crash. Next, we got Comanche Moon. And this was a Goodwill find. And I think Giant, if I remember correctly, was from, from Second Avenue. And we got Comanche Moon. I mean, I used to go on the weekends. We'd hit up Second Avenue and a couple Goodwills all in a day. And Habitat Restore back in the day. Like, when we used to go pretty hard on the thrift stores looking for stuff, me and my son. All right, so this is Comanche Moon, and then we got Lonesome Dove Saga, I guess. Or this might be part of the Lonesome Dove Saga. Maybe that's what it's saying. Never seen it. But I do recognize some of the actors. Next. Never heard of this movie. I'm guessing it's like Australia-based movie, but it's called The Woolly Boys. It has Peter Fonda, Chris Christopherson, Keith Carradine. I got this because it looks like a Western, and I recognize some of the actors. Next, we got a 2-movie set. The General and Steamboat Bill Jr., Buster Keaton. I'm pretty sure this is a silent film, or these are silent films, because it has Buster Keaton. Next, got a version of Pinocchio. Never seen it. It's called The New Adventures of Pinocchio. Now, I thought maybe there was somebody in here that did one of the voices that was big, but I could have been wrong. And then after that, the last one in the stack, we got Dreamer with Kurt Russell and Dakota Fanning. This looks like a family movie. It also looks like one of Kurt Russell's later, like 90s, early 2000 movies when he got a little bit older. But I'm sure it's good. Kurt Russell's always been in some pretty good movies. I'm sure it's a good movie to watch with the family. But at any rate, guys, this has been my DVD collection part 13. And thank you guys for watching. If this is the first time you came across me, don't forget to sub. If you liked it, like it. And talk to you guys next time. Peace.